The name of the article is Control of Feeding in Aplysia with Ad libitum Access to Food. Presence of food increases the intervals between feeding bowls. Is written by Itai Horvitz, Anat Harel, Sylvia Markovich, Ohad Noy, and Abraham J. Saswin, and published on September 7, 2005 on the Journal of Neurophysiology. Studies that are designed for understanding the neurological basis of behavior usually executed on a strictly laboratory condition, but what is happening when we remove our supervising? In aplysia, the literature search show a contradictory finding on an ad libitum condition compared to a state with a supervision. In this study, the major hypothesis is that in a free feeding condition, the major variable that affected on the quantity of food that consumed is the control in feeding times rather than the control in duration of feeding or in behavioral feeding. The baseline of the research is a comparison between a group of aplysia on steady state, free access to food during a week, to another group that not to get a food for at least 5 days. The investigator measured the time, the interval, and the quantity of food that eaten to understanding the food habits of the groups. In addition, the types of the rhinophores were cut off on the steady state group to control on a mediator variable. Finally, to test the neural basis of the feeding behavior, the cerebral and the buccal ganglion was cut off on the steady state group. The results show that in comparison to the hungry animals, the percentage time that's dedicated to food among the steady state group is low and stable significant. The major cause for that is the control of the animals on the beginning time of feeding. The aim of the study was to check feeding habits of aplysia in free access to food. We discovered that there are fundamental differences between ad libitum condition to control condition. This finding led us to understand that in free condition, the animals eat much more less than in control condition because they scatter their meals and eat a small quantity every few minutes. The application of this study can impact on the eating habits of human beings. In the Western society, the food is available and existent in every house. If we reach to regulate our meals and eat small meals from time to time, our health will be better. In contrast, the problem in this research is that it was done on aplysia that is a very undeveloped animal, and because of that, it's hard to implicate the conclusion on feeding habits of human beings. Therefore, is needed to design a research that will test the habits eating of human in human beings.